Today, many people blame violent video games for crime committed by certain individuals, while many people, including myself, do not agree. Among these people are Dr. Kelly Henry, a psychologist at Missouri Western, and Dr. David McMahon, who is a journalism and communication instructor here at Missouri Western.
I would say video game violence does cause people to be aggressive. I don't know if I would go so far as to say violent, but it definitely makes people much more likely to be aggressive. Now, what I say is like going to cause in any kind of definite sense, but we know, like, it's very clear from experimental evidence that if you have a chance to retaliate and you've been playing a violent video game, your retaliation is much more aggressive. And typically we use loud noises to figure out, like, you know, do you get a chance to punish someone with a loud noise, and do you take it or not take it? So yeah, I think that's pretty clear that it's a causal factor in aggression. Violence is bigger, you know, and it's a more narrow sample of people who are violent versus aggressive.
They over-exaggerate it, but it's talking about violence in video games is essentially the same as talking about the violence in any media. It's always been exaggerated, and it's often discussed by people who've never actually conducted research, or in my case, at minimum, read the research. Every technology, from writing to the internet to whatever comes next, there's been fears and apprehensions. It was going to rot people's brains, it was going to destroy relationships, and the world was going to come to an end. And none of that, of course, happened.
I do not let my children play violent video games. They're younger, you know, whether I would lift that restriction as they get, but I like the age restrictions they put on the video games. I think that when you're a child, you're kind of developing a sense of what's normal, and you also don't have a good distinction yet between sort of hypotheticals, what's real and what's not real. And so while you're forming that, I think it's good to kind of leave the psyche so you can really develop a sense of what's normal in a positive sense. Like, if you are all the time playing a violent video game and you don't have a good sense of this isn't real, that becomes very hard to distinguish then from what would be normal behavior on the playground.